Okay, so today we're going to be exploring some tunes by Eva-Maria Houben, specifically Volume 5. So this is a series of pieces for one performer. Otherwise, it's variable, the instrumentation. And it's released on edition Wandelweiser, 2006. Um, Wandelweiser is sort of like an international collective of composers who share a similar aesthetic. Uh, we've talked about one of them on the channel before, Corey Reeder. If I'm missing any others we've talked about, I'll just list them here. But yeah, Eva-Maria Houben is also a member. Uh, this piece has a couple text instructions and then 20 something pages of score. So the instructions are given in German and English. And here they are. So they're a little bit abstract. One tune per page, quiet, soft, and tender. Determine the register per tune. Check mark equals a pause, a short stay. Choose some tunes and play them in any order. You can see that the score just kind of looks like this, right? You have uh, like quarter notes, whole notes, dotted halves, things like that. Just plainly written with no dynamics or articulation in treble clef. And occasionally you get a little check mark, which is kind of like a fermata. Yeah, it's interesting. The directions are kind of poetically delivered, but they do kind of just say specific things that most composers would say in a score like this. Like, here's how you read this symbol. You can play the melodies in any register. You should play them with this dynamic and articulation. So Ava Maria Houben was born in 1955. She's a composer, organist, and musicologist. And she studied music education at the Folkwang Musikhochschule Essen, and she studied organ with Gisbert Schneider. She taught both German and music education at secondary school. After that, she received her doctorate in and postdoctoral qualifications in musicology, lecturing at the Gerhard Mercator Universität Duisburg and the Robert Schumann Hochschule Düsseldorf. Since 1993, she's been lecturing at Dortmund University's Institute for Music and Musikwissenschaft. You can see here that Some Tunes Volume 5 is EW 16.081E, and you kind of get a sense of like the scope of her work. Like, let's see, 19 pieces in 2006 alone, but then three pieces. Oh, wait, and yeah, that's so very, very prolific, I would say. Probably her number of pieces in the hundreds. Many of them are quite long, like upwards of 45 minutes. The reason I picked this one is there's a recording of it on YouTube. I think someone has done it on organ. Yeah, Carson Kuhlman did it. It's about 13 minutes, his version. Yeah, it might be hard to follow along with the score because it's not going to be in order. Um, but the score is freely available if you want to try playing them. Hopefully, this recording gives you enough inspiration to kind of figure it out for yourself. Um, yeah, let's just get into it. Uh, I might just lie back and relax today. Hopefully, this can help me take my mind off certain things in my life right now, and I'll get back to you in 13 minutes. Okay, so this was a interesting lesson. It wasn't as meditative or comforting as I thought it would be. It was kind of like a little bit intense, and I could see it being on almost any instrument. I guess the caveat is you have to read treble clef, but Um, I do think that the way that this was performed, just based on the registration in this recording, was like a selection of pages were played. Um, I don't know which pages, maybe like five or so of them, and it took 13 minutes to play through them because this performer took it quite slow. Yeah, there's oddly enough, there's no indication what tempo to play them at, but anyone familiar with Wandeweiser or Houben's music would probably take a similar tempo to what Carson took here. Um, so yeah, these are pretty interesting. Definitely a different approach to open instrumentation than anything else we've looked at in this series. And there's 5 volumes of this. Uh, it runs just over 2 hours. I guess that's if you play every tune in each volume. So incredibly flexible piece of music, right? It could be 3 minutes long, it could be 2 hours long, could be on any instrument, solo trombone, if you want to put that in a concert. I guess it can't be from more than one person, it has to be a soloist, but that doesn't make it less accessible. Actually, it encourages accessibility, right? So, um, yeah, I don't know if this is concert music per se, because it was so intimate. I feel like it almost makes more sense to just be something that you play yourself alone and in a very like private domestic setting. It was sort of the vibe I got from it. Um, yeah, so that's our first Eva-Maria Houben piece on the channel. We have another piece from 2007, I think. Yeah, we have a Michael Winter piece, which I think technically is for variable instrumentation. If not, we will get into a James Tenney score.